Dear Virgo friends, how are you? Hope you are well. I'm also Virgo myself, so let's see like what is waiting for us in August 2026. It's an eventful month, so like buckle up because eclipses are back. We have two eclipses this month. One is happening in 12th of August in Leo, 20 degrees, and this is a solar eclipse. It's a new beginnings, but at the same time it's together with the south node, so we need to leave something behind to open up for something more aligned with the current version of us. And also it gets like really good supporting aspects, so anything happening this time, even it's fated events, even it might be a bit uncomfortable in the beginning, it is good for us to align with the higher vision for ourselves. And it's like highly supported eclipse, and it is also meaning like with this eclipse we are releasing some old long hold like long hold pain and suffering, some obstacle we are carrying, and we didn't know how to get rid of it, but now with this eclipse this might be getting out of our life. So that's also a releasing one, especially for you, and I will tell you why, because it's happening in your sixth house. And this eclipse is impacting the first 3 weeks of the month, almost more than 2 weeks for sure, first 2 weeks, and then a little bit of the third week. And second eclipse is happening in Pisces, 5 degrees. This is happening in 28th of August. This is more impacting you because it's happening in your partnership sector. I know you guys went through so much because this eclipse, Virgo Pisces axis was active in the last 1.5 years. This is one of the last one, and this is a little bit less impact because nodes are already changing sign. They left your sign, so I think I would say the Virgo is the one of the most impacted sign from all this happening in the last 18 months, I would say. And before that we have Saturn there, so like if you guys were married and you still have a partner, I think you should congratulate yourself, because so much also pressure happening between me and the significant other side, like, and this is the kind of a closing chapter on that one. This is highly spiritual. I'm gonna tell you like what it means for you in a minute as well. So before we start to go into details, so I would like to remind you, if you like my video style, I'm putting videos for practical life. So it is astrology for practical life, so we can look at these planets alignments in a very different angle. So it can be a psychological angle, spiritual angle, it's then from evolutionary perspective. What I like to do is like more practical information that you can do to prepare yourself for the coming aspects, so that you can make most of the good aspects and you can protect yourself as much as possible from the bad ones. So mine is highly practical. If you're interested in this kind of functional astrology, please consider to sign up my channel. Without further ado, dear Virgo, so let's see, like let's start with the first eclipse, like how it's impacting your sign. So the first eclipse, as I said, is in your 12th house, and sun is very strong here. So sun is putting and it's a solar eclipse. Sun is putting a light on your subconscious, and so this is your subconscious area, and it is getting a good support from Saturn, which is in your 8th house, again another very psychological house. So this is a supporting aspect. So this make me think, if you have any bad habits which you are not happy with, like it might be alcohol consumption, some other substance abuse you are doing to yourself, or smoking, gambling, spending so much time on your phone. This is an addiction for all of us, like have any kind of addictions which you are not happy with this eclipse, you might find the reason you are doing these things, these are distractions mainly, because of some deep psychological stress you are going under the current, and you might get you might decide to get address those psychological issues, maybe go to a therapist or anything like that, and then you might see these addictions you can kind of leave behind, and more healthy lifestyle you might open up for yourself. This is like very solar eclipse normally happening like things outside, but for you it's more like a deep kind of private area of yourself. And so if you have any addiction kind of things, you might get a support from a expert, from a therapist, from a doctor, to get some healer, even some healer also, to get a pathway to kind of leave that addiction behind. So this is not gonna happen in August, not necessarily, it can be, but eclipses are normally active up to 6 months. So you might think this as like a first step, and like you might go towards like step by step to like more like healthier lifestyle. Some of you might like this change might happen like in one day or 1 minute, so the next minute I'm done, I'm not doing this anymore kind of thing. So this is one aspect. If you have any sleeping problems, like you have like sleep problems, you can't have enough sleep, you have a disrupted sleep, you might have some solutions for that as well. Maybe some mindfulness exercise, again, like getting an expert help might be a team here, and then you might solve those problems. So this make you like your sleep more deep and restful, so that can be also in that area. At the same time of this eclipse, you might also, especially more like father line, father figures, father, grandfather, the male figure, ancestor in your life. You might see them in your dream. Your dream might be really active, and some male figures in your life, they might come to your dreams. You might get some advice from them or like some signs. So there might be this door might be really thin for you. I know many Virgos don't believe these things, but like if you believe, like you might get some message from your ancestors or some higher powers that are like protecting you, angels or whatever you believe. So that's also very possible. At the same time of this eclipse, we have a basket shape, like which I already talked about this in July, and this month it is still active, and Mercury is also joining to this. And when I look at like where is the possibility, where is the opportunity for you, is your 12th house. You have the Mercury and Jupiter conjunction, and again it's your subconscious mind, and then this is supported by your 2nd house Venus, 10th house Uranus, and 8th and 6th houses. So I would say by changing something psychologically, your income might increase. And if you are with struggling with the money issues, self-confidence issues, by having some help or like spending a bit time with yourself, journaling, sleeping more, getting some maybe like dreams that might give you some inspiration, with all of these things might open up like your income to increase. Or the other way around, you might for example, you want to go to a retreat. It's a great time to do that because you had enough in the last maybe 2-3 years, I would say. Maybe you want to just go somewhere like more maybe spiritual, maybe very quiet, really far away from the hustle and bustle of like city life. So you want to have like a quiet holiday to restore, to refresh, to renew yourself. But you were thinking about like, okay, how can I find the money for that? But looks like Venus is in your income sector, so the money you are expecting might come somehow, because your earning potential might be increased, or you might get some somehow like you might get more income, and because of the help of like your own income, you might be able to do this trip. So if you are considering to do any trip like that, more like not for more fun, it's more like for resting, it's also very good. But if you don't have that opportunity, I highly suggest ease your social life a bit and spend more time with yourself, sleep more, rest more, because this is kind of like you are shedding the all these struggles, everything you happen in the last 2-3 years time, and this is like we are coming kind of end of it. And so this time I think I normally I've say, oh, okay, all these things are happening in your subconscious or like your private sector, but for you I think it's necessary, because next year Jupiter is coming to your sign, the luck planet, next summer. So it's kind of this summer and next summer you are kind of resting a bit for the next 12 years of your life, what you want, like thinking about it, dreaming, visualizing, planning, healing. The most important is like this next 11 months are all about that. So I suggest you like kind of use this time wisely. Don't like burn out yourself. Like self-care is basically the key element for this, and you need this more this month, and it's the best month to do that for you. And the second eclipse, which is like I said, like more in the 3D life, like in real life, like more impactful, is your it's happening in your partnership area, and partnership, significant relationship, marriage. And this is in 5 degrees Pisces, and it's a lunar eclipse, so it's very emotional. It's a very spiritual aspect to it, because it's making an aspect with the a fixed star called Fomahault, and it's like very associated with the Archangel Gabriel, so it's more like communication with the higher realms. And this is happening in your partnership area, and there is a square from Gemini in your career house. So I would say if you are going through a divorce process, that might be the like finalizing bit. It might be quite emotional. It might happen, like it might finish quicker than you think, and it might be very sudden. And yours, maybe like you didn't tell this to the social outside people, the communities, and you will declare it, and maybe you might get a bit shocked. It might be a bit struggle to like, you know, changing social status from married to divorce, married to widow, etc. So that might be, I'm not saying this can happen, but if there is an ongoing process, that might be an end of it. The other thing is like if you have like a, you know, disagreement with your partner related to your career because you spend so much time there, and he or she's complaining about it, and this is a problem between you and your significant other, you might suddenly quit your job. And this is also a possibility, or universe might cut your job, so then you can focus more on your partnership, if that partnership meant to continue with you in the next 9 to 18 years. So that might happen, and it's a sign if you lose your job during this time, or if you decided to, you know, leave the job for yourself, you know, that might be happening, but it is for the good, because it's this Archangel Gabriel is helping you to heal your partnership side. If a partner live your life during this time, it's also a blessing in the long term, because someone much more aligned with your values and the person you are currently. So you know, that's also like, I know it's hard, but like believe this is like for your highest good. And at the same time, while this is happening, the ruler of this eclipse is Jupiter, and making a trine aspect to Saturn in your 12th and 8th house. So this is quite healing. So whatever happening during this time, it is quite healing. This is basically again some problem, burden, disagreements, like basically a problem with the partner which is sucking your energy, might be lifting from your shoulder. If you are single, during this time, an idea about relationships which is not helping you might leave your life, and then this is more like, again, you do an internal work, psychological work that might help you becoming like a different person, and then attract a partner after this eclipse. So like, for example, like, you know, we have all these limiting beliefs like, you know, all men are cheaters, all women are gold diggers, etc. If you know, it might be wise to work on your limiting beliefs during this second eclipse, because you know the Archangel Angel Gabriel is helping. So it's a very good time to maybe like work on your limited belief related to, you know, connecting with the other relationships, marriage, etc. And it's good time to kind of do some internal work. During this time you might kind of get some revelations. You might get rid of some of your limiting beliefs. So I highly recommend that. Okay, so I think this is all about this month. It's an important month for you, as you see. If you watched video till this point, and if you like what I'm talking about, please give me a thumbs up. It's an eclipse season, and as a Virgo, you had enough since the last year, especially. So if you have any if you need more help, if you need more guidance, I'm doing one-to-one consultations as well. We can look at your upcoming year and so kind of help you to manage. And because a new beginning is just starting for you, so I highly recommend like get a consultation from someone. So if you want to do with me, I put my email address down, so we can talk. And other than that, like write in the comments like how is your month going, how the eclipses are impacting you, especially the second month for you, dear Virgo. Let me know. Thank you very much and have a lovely month.